if you're in a position of leadership, or you're just one of those people like you desire to lead, or maybe God called you to a special role, and you're in the process of discovery. But for whatever reason, you have a reasonable level of influence. This message is here. It's for you. You see, there is a book that's written. It's called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. And he highlights the timeless principles of leadership for to be effective as the role of a leader. But out of the 21, I picked 5 to talk to you guys about today, because this 5 I consider to be, maybe in my opinion, the best 5, okay, that we have. So the first one is called the law of the lead. So the law of the lead, it's leadership ability, determines a person's level of effectiveness. So actually there was an experiment where they had a bunch, I think it was bees. They had a bunch of bees, and they were in the house, but the bees would fly up, and then they will hit the top, of the roof, of the house. So the bees could not fly away. So what happened eventually is they then, took the same bees and they put them outside with no lead. So the bees would still fly to the same level and they would stop. Meanwhile, they brought on new bees with the hope that those might teach the other bees to fly higher, so the new ones will come in and boom, they will fly away like no big deal. Then we realize one thing: your environment can put a certain limitation on you. So the law of the lead, LID, leadership ability, determines a person's level of effectiveness. So this law explains that a leader's effectiveness is the lead. In this case, you are. Because the potential the organization has is the potential that the leader is able to deliver to them. Number 2, it's called the law of influence, okay? You see, the true measure of leadership is what? It's influence, nothing more, nothing less. That's it. So think about this for a second, okay? Maxwell was arguing that leadership, it's fundamentally about influence. That's it. So rather than just titles or authority. So let's say, for example, you got a title, you got to a certain level, and people respected you for your title. Okay, that's cool. You have authority because of the title. That's cool. However, though, it's not the same thing as influence. You see, influence is being able to get someone to do something they ordinarily wouldn't do on their own, but you're still able to get them to do it without being what? Without being authoritative in the process. That is a very solid, powerful thing to have. So the law of influence, it's a very powerful law, because without influence, people won't follow. And without followers, there's nothing called leadership. It simply means it's very weak. So leaders must earn trust. They must, again, create rapport and demonstrate value for general influencing other people. Number 3 is called the law of navigation. Okay? Anyone can steer the ship, but it takes leader to chart the course. So in the law of navigation, it simply means is that great leaders plan and strategically guide their teams towards what? Towards a vision. That's why when there's no vision, what happens? People perish. So in this case, the leader is the one that is very strategic, inspire other people, articulate the vision, and get everybody to work together towards what? Towards the said vision. So we'll call that the law, again, it's called the law of navigation. The fourth one is called the law of addition, okay? The law of addition. Leaders add value to serving others. Let me give you an idea, okay? So the church that I go to, the pastor, we got a new pastor, literally today. The pastor today did something that was incredible. He says, if you are a pastor, come to the altar. So all the pastors in the churches came to the altar. Then he washed all their feet, just like Jesus did in the Bible. And then, but when he was doing it, he was almost crying and said, I am here not to be served, but I'm here to serve. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm saying to myself, what a powerful, powerful thing he just did. Because you see, like, leaders add values by serving others. It's not the other way around. So that means you have to be able to think about the team's goals first before your goal. In other words, like, how can I continue to pull up the team to the next level? So focusing on serving and empowering others, leaders can build loyalty, foster a positive culture, and ultimately increase the organization overall goals. Now, number 5, Number 5 is called the law of legacy. That's what number 5 is called, the law of legacy. You see, a leader's lasting value is measured by succession. So whoever you are, it's like, what did you build and what are you leaving behind? Because what really creates a true legacy is your ability to be able that when you're not present, somebody's behind you that could continue to do exactly what you were doing, and still come through. So that law is called the law of legacy. You see, this law emphasizes the importance of investing in other people, okay? Creating a legacy that actually outlasts you, the leader, because this thing can be done, especially if you put a good system in place and you're able to achieve a reasonable level of goals and performance, and then you teach other people to be able to what? To apply the system to their situation. So in other words, when you're no longer there, the machine still keeps running. You create a legacy for yourself. You say, effective leaders ensure the growth of other future leaders. They don't stampede the growth, but they promote the growth, creating, a lasting impact. The ultimate test of leadership is leaving behind the team and the organization that can thrive beyond their own, tenure. And that's the big thing about that. So, these 5 laws that I just mentioned, the focus on the impactful, leadership developing, that your own effectiveness on how to lead people, building influence, navigating, effectively, serving others, and creating a lasting legacy. All this embody the principles that any good leader must have if they genuinely want to lead their team. So, with that said, folks, okay, I hope you take nuggets like this, and apply these nuggets to your life. Or if you happen to, maybe you're a sales leader, or maybe you're a pastor at the church, or maybe you're a man, at a mosque, or you are a rabbi at a synagogue, or you're a coach, or whatever the case might be, that you can take principles, timeless, evergreen messages like this, and you can apply that to your leadership principles, and then lead effectively, gaining results, exerting influence, and tilting the earth towards the heaven. So with that said, this is Dr. Kennedy Thomas. You always find me here. And if you have any questions for me, there's an app called Minect. Minect is an app, Minect, Minect. That's the app. Find Dr. Kennedy Thomas. You'll find me, on Minect. And you can ask me as many questions as you want. So with that said, walk like it's up to you and pray like it's up to God. Thank you.